Have you ever wondered what the budget of a large family looks like? Well, today I'm closing out our March spending plan, reviewing some overspending, correcting it, reallocating some money, and I'm going to bring you along and show you our real budget for our household of 8. This is our March 2025 YNAB spending plan. So we're at the end of the month, and I like to go in and cover any overspending, reallocate any funds that we didn't spend that can be moved into some different categories, and just tidy everything up before we start the new month and I fully fund everything for April. So that's what we're doing today. We can go ahead and open up these categories, and this one's just the next month. That's a holding category for all of our income, and we'll get to that on April 1st. And then we also have our giving category. We've already donated everything that we're going to donate for this month, so we can close that one up too. Those are pretty standard. Not a whole lot changes in those from month to month. And that gets us into the needs monthly, which, yeah, that one has a lot of spending and a lot of movement. I have some notes. If you see me looking to the side, it's because I've got notes over here of things that I need to take care of. First thing I need to take care of is this groceries line item, because yeah, it's been yellowing at me, which means I've overspent by $131.40. Yeah. So at the beginning of the year, I decided I would try to reduce our grocery spending, and it has proven to be a true challenge, one that I have failed to accomplish every single month. Yeah, trying to take our family of 8 down to $720 a month for groceries is really, really hard. Last year, I had a monthly budget of $800, and even that I'm overspending by quite a bit. Part of that was because this month we were traveling, and so, when mom's not home, other kinds of food get bought, which is fine. It's totally fine. That's the season we were in. You can see it wasn't just crazy amounts. It was normal, mostly regular food, not too wild. So let's go ahead and take care of this overspending. What I like to do when there is overspending, I like to cover it within the same category group. So needs monthly is the category group. So I like to pull from all of these. You can see the electric is gray, the mortgage is gray, our cell phones are gray, and the internet is already gray. That means all that money was spent. Most of those tend to be a set amount every single month. So I only have household money to pull from, which household and toiletries are like toilet paper and shampoo, soap, that kind of stuff. So we're going to go ahead and move that to move that 2660 to there, and now it's telling me that a household is yellow because it's not overspent, but it's saying, hey, put more money in me, and I'm not going to do that because we're right at the end of the month. So I'm just going to snooze that so it doesn't yellow at me. And all right, so let's go back. We've got $300 left in our propane. I don't like to spend out of there because we've got at least one more, possibly 2 fill-ups of our propane tank. We have one of those big, giant 500-gallon propane tanks because we live out in the country. And that's what we use for the wintertime to heat the house, and then also for hot water. So I really don't want to touch that one. Gas, I'm not sure why. We came in, we filled up the car 3 times. I like to do #car, #truck. We only filled up the truck once, so that's why we have extra sitting there. The car has a 12-gallon tank. The truck has a 36-gallon tank, so it is significantly more to fill up. That's why we have so much. All right, well, we're going to use the rest of this, and we're just going to move it to groceries. Oh, we don't need to move all of it. Let's just move 104.80. All right. And again, it's going to yellow at me because it wants more, but I'm going to snooze that target. I am going to leave that 95.82 sitting there because we're going to be driving more than normal for the next few months because my 16-year-old has his driver's permit, so he needs to do, I think it's like 60 hours, 50 or 60 hours of driving before he can take his driving test. So he has his permit from the written test, and which means he's driving more, which means I'm leaving the house more so that he can get those hours driving, which means more gas. So we're just going to leave everything like that and close up needs monthly. Needs non-monthly, you can see we didn't do any spending out of there this month because these are holding categories or sinking funds. Some of them are due in May and June, so stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of money spending out of that one, out of that category group coming up. And then we have our needs, bits and bobs. So we still haven't gotten the repairs done on our house. We need to do some repairs around the windows. Yeah, $6,000 is not quite enough for what we need to have done. So we're still just trying to throw money in there. Vehicle, let's see, what was that? Oh, the DMV. The truck gets registered. Registration for the truck is every year, $126. It's ridiculous, but whatever. It's what happens when you live in New England. They like to charge you for everything. Clothing, let's see. Oh, clothing, yes. So my husband needed a shirt. I needed a couple of things, and our 16-year-old is growing like a weed. So he needed pants and shirts and all the things that growing boys need. And so, yeah, I'm going to leave the house and vehicle maintenance and repairs are also sinking funds. So I'm not going to move any of that out. And clothing, without a doubt, somebody's going to need some shoes in the next month or two. So we will just leave that there. Subscriptions, let's see what, our BJ's membership came out this year. It's an annual membership. BJ's is like Costco or Sam's Club. They're very common in New England. There's quite a few of them around. And so we have a membership for that, mainly because the gas is cheaper. Gas can be 5 to 10 cents cheaper at BJ's than our regular gas stations. And because the truck has a 36-gallon tank, the membership pays for itself over the course of the year. So we didn't have anything else. So those are all just going to stay. The subscriptions, we also use this. I use this category for our YNAB subscription. Oh, it's just mainly our YNAB and our BJ subscriptions comes out of that. So YNAB won't be until December, I think. So we'll just be piling up, using it as a sinking fund for that. All right, then just the two of us. That's for my husband and I. He actually made money this month. He bought a cookie at work in the cafeteria, but he and my older boys went and helped someone from our church move, and they're older, retired, and they insisted on paying my husband and my boys, even though he was like, no, we're here to help. But they gave him a little bit of money, so he made a little extra for his personal money this month. And then I spent $12.70 because I was at the store and I wanted some chips and dip and soda. And so I treated myself, which is fine because I've got money set aside. This is our allowance money or our mad money or whatever you want to call it. Our no questions asked. Spend it on whatever you want. Fun together. We did go out for a date. We got Chinese food one night. That was fun. We had a good time with that. And then we also went hiking another day. And I tell you what, I am a cheap date for sure. Cheap date. $2.54. So we went hiking, and my husband's been buying stuff to do backpack hiking or backcountry hiking. So he's got just a little camp stove. Yeah, basically it boils water. And so he wanted to try it out on our little hiking trip. Not trip. We were just a trail nearby. So we went into Walmart and bought some ramen and canned chicken and stuff to put in. It was a whole whopping $2.54. It was fun. We had a good time, which is what counts, right? It's not how much money you spend, it's how much fun you have with the person you're with. And then our anniversary isn't until May, and I don't know what we're going to do for our getaway this year, but so the rest of that's just going to sit there and wait to be spent in the future. And then homeschool. This is our category we are homeschoolers. I've graduated 3 kids, and I have 3 left. I have 4th grade, 6th grade, and 10th grade right now for this year. So $165, that's for my 18-year-old and my 18-year-old and my 16-year-old are going to go to the homeschool ball that our group puts on. It's a prom. They call it a homeschool ball, but it's a prom. And so that's coming up in a couple of months, and we had to buy the tickets, and they were early bird tickets. And then troop. Oh, my husband bought a sweatshirt for the Boy Scouts. He's an assistant scoutmaster, so they were buying troop sweatshirts, and so he bought one of those. So we haven't spent any other money. I've got quite a bit of adventure money. That's what I call our field trips saved up. Now that the weather's getting nice, I'm hoping we can get out and start doing more adventures. And then family fun. Some of us were traveling this month, which if you want to see more about that, I have done a video about how much we spent on our road trip down to South Carolina. So 5 of us went on that trip, and now I'll put the link for that video down in the descriptions. And so family fun, this can be restaurants, it can be whatever. In this case, I bought 2 boxes of Cadbury eggs for Easter because we love Cadbury eggs. And if you don't buy them when they're there, when you go back for them later, there won't be any. They sell out real fast. We didn't have any birthdays. We're still saving for Christmas. And no friends have had any birthday parties, although we do have one coming up soon in the next couple of weeks. So there will be some money spent out of that for April. And then family travel, you can see we spent almost $1,500 on our trip to South Carolina. And again, I go into all of those details in the other video. And we have another trip coming up in a couple of weeks. We're taking the 2 oldest boys out to Kansas City to look at another college out there. So we're flying for that one, renting a car, and staying in an Airbnb. So that's a bit more expensive than our South Carolina trip. But I'll do a video after we get back and things are settled down. I'll do a video about that. So we haven't done any camping because it's been way too cold, and I still have not gotten to the post office with some of my big kids to get their passports, but we've got to get that done in April because I want them to have passports. And then our emergency funds, we haven't had any emergencies, so they're just holding or sinking funds for the future. And then goals, these are just some things that we want to take care of. And not much has changed with all of that. So that is, no, there was something else I wanted to move. What was the thing? Oh, I wanted to move this 4114. Let's move that to this college move-in because I'm assuming at least one of the two older boys is going to go off to a 4-year finish. They've been at the community college, and so they're done there. At the end of the semester, they'll be done there. And so I'm assuming they're going to transfer to another college, and they're looking out of state. So that'll be another trip, which will be a lot of fun, but I need to start saving for that. So we'll just drop that in there. I think that's it. Things are pretty well dialed in. March is usually a pretty calm month for us. Not a whole lot of spending. May is when my budget cries because our property tax, quarterly property tax has to be paid, and our car insurance has to be paid, and we have 3 birthdays and our anniversary. So stay tuned for May because that one's going to be a whole lot of spending. Yeah, so on that note, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up or a like, and make sure that you subscribe. And I'd love it if you would comment with any questions you have about our budget, any questions or comments. And then also if you have any tips for lowering the electric bill, because that one is also just out of control. And no matter what I do, we can't seem to get it back down to $200 a month. And that one's kind of killing me a little bit. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.